Hey guys, and welcome back to my music room. We are going to do some music analysis today. And we're going to use the elements of music while we're listening. We're going to listen for each part of these in the music. So we've got rhythm, dynamics and expression, pitch, texture, form and structure, and timbre. Do you know what all of these mean? So rhythm talks about how fast or slow a piece of music is, and it talks about some of the rhythms that are in there, whether the music is in groups of 2 or 3 or 4, all those different sorts of things. Dynamics and expression talk about how loud or soft the music is and whether it's got some smooth parts or whether they use elements like staccato. Pitch talks about the high and low notes, talks about whether the notes are moving in steps or whether they're moving in skips or whether there's big jumps. Texture talks about how many instruments are playing at once. How many different layers can you see? How many different layers can you hear? Form and structure talk about the different parts of a song, like the chorus and the verse. And timbre is a fancy music word that simply means sounds. So what sounds or what instruments are you hearing in the piece of music? Are they made by electronic sounds or are they made by acoustic sounds? So we're going to have a listen to You Won't Bring Us Down and identify 4 of these different elements in our piece of music. We're going to identify 4 different elements and see how they were used in the song. Now I like working in colours, so that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to leave the bottom one blank and you and your teacher can fill that one in together. We'll do the top 3 together. So the first one we're going to use is timbre. My students like this one because it's a nice easy one. Remember, it's R-E, not E-R. Okay, the next one that we're going to use is texture. And the last element we're going to do is the form and structure. I don't have a yellow whiteboard marker, so black it is. You guys can choose the last one. Will you do rhythm? Will you do dynamics and expression? Or will you do pitch? So now we've had a listen to our song, what timbre can you hear? What instruments can you hear in this song? I can hear a voice. I can hear some drums. I can hear a bass guitar. I can hear an electric guitar. I wonder what other sounds you can hear in there. See if you can fill in the rest. The texture. Now the texture talks about how many different layers we've got going on at once. So let's have another listen to it and see how many layers we can hear. Okay. Now that we've listened to our song again, what did you hear going on? I heard a melody. I heard a band in the background, so some accompaniment. That's a tricky word. And at the end, did you hear some extra singers? That's another layer. And you might have even heard some harmony that's different to the melody. Okay, now we're going to have a listen to the form and structure. This is perhaps one of the easier parts to do together. So let's do that. We start with an intro. What comes next? That's right, a verse, then a pre-chorus, then the chorus, then we have the verse again, then the pre-chorus, then the chorus. Oh, I forgot a part. Did you get it? We have a tag in there too. The tag is the na-na-na part. I have to make a little bit more room on my board. So intro, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, tag. The next one was the verse again. I'm going to come back up here. Then we went to the pre-chorus again. Then the chorus. Then we did the tag twice. Then we went to the pre-chorus again. Then we did the chorus. And then we did the tag until the end of the song. I wonder if you can count how many times we did the tag. The next song we're going to listen to is a song called Strait. This is a song from the Torres Strait Islands, and it talks about how the wind blows through the mountains and across the sea. Have a listen to it now. Okay, so now we've listened to the song Strait. We're going to identify the same musical elements, but in the new song. So here we go. The first one was timbre. So what sounds did you hear in this song? I heard some voices, and there was definitely more than one this time. And there was a bongo, and it sounded like some other drums. The texture of this song was a little bit more simple. There was a melody, there was an accompaniment, and the second time through, did you hear something extra that was added? That's right, it was the harmony. Now the form and structure of this song is a lot more simple than You Won't Bring Us Down. There was only two parts. There was the first part, we'll call that part A, and the second part, we'll call that part B. So in music, we can call this a binary form because there's two parts. They were repeated parts, but they were still in binary form. That prefix bi, means two. Binary form. There you go. So now it's your turn. Can you identify the rhythmic elements that each song used? The dynamics and expression in each song? Or perhaps the pitch, the steps and the skips between the notes, or maybe even the key signature of the song. So that's your last element. Perhaps you and your teacher could do that together. The next part that comes from all of this, because this is only half the job, is the discussion of why those composers decided to use those musical elements in their song. So why did they use these instruments, do you think? Does that help contribute to the meaning of the song? Why did the composers use only these instruments? Does that contribute to the meaning of the song? Perhaps it has something to do with where it came from. Think about the texture in each song. Why do you think the composer used the melody, the accompaniment, and the harmony? Why do you think this composer did the same thing? Our form and structure is so very different between two songs. Why do you think the composer in You Won't Bring Us Down used such a complex form? Why do you think the composer of Strait used a really simple form? How does that contribute to the meaning of the song? It's time for you now to go and have a discussion with your peers and with your teacher. Happy discussing. See you later, guys. Bye.